Do you think it's the reason you're even functioning in the first place? The only way you can get out of bed? Coffee. But if you're tired and not as alert as you used to be, today we're revealing 3 reasons why your coffee habit could actually be making you tired. But don't fret, right? Don't fret. We're going to be saving your morning joe and giving you more of that energy you desire. So I asked a few caffeine-obsessed viewers to bring me their daily drink that drives their habit because I wanted to see what all the fuss is about. I'm not a huge coffee drinker. Alice, take it away. What's your drink that drives you in the morning to success, to habit?
Lattes. I'm a latte girl. Love them. Can't live without them. I even love a really good design.
There's often a nice design at the top. The taste is not bad. You know, I mentioned that I'm not a huge coffee drinker because in medicine, if you're drinking coffee before you go to the operating room, that's a real problem because you don't control number 1, number 2, shaking, all that stuff. So I never got into it. But my producers made me try my first latte, pumpkin spice, in a briefing a few years ago, and they collected evidence. Take a look.
I like it, actually. I would actually drink this.
Give us a couple adjectives.
It's like someone married a pumpkin to a coffee. Maybe little pumpkin seeds that were crushed up and then later added to other stuff. It's it feels like Halloween. It actually tastes and feels healthier than regular coffee, but I'm not sure that's true.
Well, the addiction started there. So, Jamie, what drink do you look forward to every morning?
Oh my, I'm a frap girl. And it's gotta have all the swirly caramel and the nice whipped cream on top.
Whoa, that's sweet. You like that sweetness too?
Yes, I love it.
Oh my goodness, all right. How has this become part of your day, your habit?
It's my treat every couple days. Like, drop the kids off at school and go find me a nice drink, sit down quietly somewhere, and I just enjoy it. It's just like you said, it's sweet. It's my sweet treat.
If your kids are with you, they drink it.
Absolutely.
It's your little secret joy.
Absolutely.
Alexandra, your daily drink?
I'm an espresso drinker.
Oh, straight up?
Can't start my day without it.
How has it become part of your habit?
Well, I probably have about 2 to 3 of them a day. I need that pick-me-up in the afternoon for sure.
Got a nice little bite to it.
It's good, right?
Come on over, grab your drink. Actually, all you grab your drinks. Go to different places. We're going to come back and visit with you. Let's get to the ways these drinks can be making you crash. Joining us now is sleep expert Dr. Carol Ash. How is it possible that coffee that's supposed to give you all this energy could have the opposite effect on people?
I know, right? Well, you know, Dr. Oz, we're a sleep-deprived nation with 80 to 95% of us consuming caffeine to stay awake. Sounds like the opposite, right? Well, what happens is there are 3 ways that caffeine can cause fatigue, and it disrupts your sleep at night. So while it does its job, it keeps you awake, it also causes fatigue. So we pay the price.
Yeah. The insomnia lasts about, what, 6 hours for most people?
Absolutely it does.
Longer than others. So let's get to this espresso issue, because to me, espresso is about the healthiest coffee you can imagine. There's no sugar in it. It comes straight up. How could this possibly make her crash?
Well, espresso is concentrated in caffeine. And so caffeine binds adenosine receptors in the brain. Adenosine is a neurochemical in the brain that causes fatigue. It also causes pressure for sleep, and it controls the restorative deep sleep. So caffeine, when it binds adenosine, it causes you to be alert, but it does not stop the production and the buildup of adenosine. So when the caffeine wears off, you have this buildup of adenosine that suddenly floods your body. It's like a flip. It goes from being awake to fatigue.
I'll build you a little metaphor you might get into. Imagine that your body's making a neurotransmitter called adenosine, right? And you put it in this hourglass, right? So the adenosine is supposed to collect over time, and it sort of weighs you down when you get tired. When you drink coffee, right, you don't feel it, but it's still collecting. It's still there. But look what happens when the coffee wears off. Boom! All that adenosine floods your body, that hourglass flips right over, and you are sleepier than you could ever imagine before you started. Did I get it right, Dr. Ash?
You got it right, Dr. Oz.
Talking to Alexandra, make sure that her caffeine is not driving her down. That gives her the boost, not a crash.
Well, it's all about the balance. You know, we need 8 to 9 hours of sleep at night. And when you don't get the sleep you need, well, that means more hours of wakefulness and more buildup of adenosine. So first, get the sleep that you need, right? That's number 1. And number 2, you want to limit the caffeine intake to 1 or 2 cups a day so that you don't develop tolerance to it. So when you need it for that rescue boost, it's available to you. You know, so that's really important.
How much is she supposed to aim for in terms of total caffeine?
You never want to drink more than 400 milligrams of caffeine in one day. More than that, you will start to develop the tolerance. And the other thing that's important, as you suggested, caffeine lasts for 6 hours. So if you are drinking caffeine, you want to make sure you don't drink it after 3 p.m. because otherwise it will disrupt your sleep at night, and that will cause you to be tired during the day, and it becomes a vicious cycle.
Give me this coffee. Take that away from me. Go sit over there by yourself. All right, thank you very much. Here.
Thank you.
All right, next up we got Jamie here. She has this Frappuccino, candy bar / Frappuccino. How can this this habit that she's gotten into, be causing her to be tired, not energized?
Well, Dr. Oz, we love our coffee, but the caffeine is actually a white powder that's bitter. So we put sugar and all these flavor syrups into our coffee to make it palatable. And all that sugar causes obviously an elevation in your blood sugar, and caffeine indirectly increases adrenaline. So after the blood sugar high and the adrenaline high comes the crash. In addition to that, blood sugar elevation can cause insomnia. That obviously is going to disrupt your sleep at night, and that's going to cause you to be fatigued.
So I did my homework. This has 54 grams of sugar in it, which stunned me. It only has 90 milligrams of caffeine, by the way, so the caffeine's not the problem. But you actually don't want the caffeine, you want the sugar high. That's what you're getting, which stunned me enough to think I've got to replace this with something better than this, because you won't just give up that much sugar by itself. Right. I've been down this path before. So I've asked master coffee maker Erica Voni to reduce the sugar but keep the taste. Here she is. What have you crafted?
I have made a healthier version of a Frappuccino for you.
Give it a shot. I want an honest opinion. This woman has won competitions all over the place, so she can deal with harsh judging. There she goes. She's mixing it. Is that the right thing to do to mix it?
Mix it up.
What's in it?
Get it all tasty. So I make it by freezing coffee into an ice cube tray. But the coffee that I'm freezing is already caramel flavored, either through an extract or just natural caramel flavoring in the bean itself. So that way you've got all the caramel flavor without all the drizzle. So add it to a blender, blend it up with some milk, add some more ice if you want your texture to be different. Some stevia will work to sweeten it up as well without adding the extra calories to that. And I heard you say you liked the whipped cream and the caramel swirl, so we gave you a little bit on top for that. And it is a no-fat whipped cream on top. So.
Is that a smile I saw? I think I saw a smile. I'm not sure, right? But it sort of seemed like one. Even from the back of your head, it looks like a smile.
It was.
What do you think?
It's good. I could taste the caramel right away, and that's kind of what I go for when I go for this.
Well, how much sugar is in this?
None if you do it right.
None?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, your kids aren't going to recognize you in the afternoon.
They're not going to want it either.
Thanks, Erica. Nice job. Take care, Jamie. So Dr. Ash, Alice has got a latte in her hands. That's what she drinks. How can this coffee habit cause the crash that she's complaining of?
Well, caffeine is addictive. What it does is it increases dopamine, which activates the pleasure centers of the brain. And with addiction comes withdrawal. And one of the symptoms of withdrawal is fatigue. So you want to try, again, reduce that caffeine intake so you don't get those withdrawal symptoms. You want to do that by about a quarter every 3 days and get yourself down to 1 or 2 cups. And in addition to that, Dr. Oz, caffeine is a diuretic, so it'll make you feel dehydrated, and with dehydration comes fatigue.
The dairy makes it taste, you do feel that.
Yeah.
The dairy makes it taste so good. You can't stop. It becomes a continuous daily infusion.
Yes.
Which is why I think people, not just the pattern, not just the artistic element, but the ceremony makes it easy for you to consume more and more and more. But I think he's right. I think it's addictive. If you can't give up your coffee without experiencing a headache or physical symptoms, you're addicted, like anything else in life.
Yes.
So
I agree.
that's your last one for a while.
Okay.
Dr. Ash, thanks for being an encyclopedia as always.